Bunch of subs getting ready for Dartmouth. 4 of them, in fact, on the sideline. You see Nicholas Carvalho. Now just 3, in fact. So not 4, just the 3. Well, that was close to a header. And a whistle. I think that did they get away with a header? I wonder if they did, because that ball bounced. That doesn't bounce off your chest. I mean, that ball came off with force, and it was pretty high up. That looked like a header to me. And both officials watching the ball pretty intently, so I doubt that it was. I mean, they would have blown the whistle for that. But free kick from the 20 for Fernandez towards the net, wide to the right. No good. Carvalho coming in for Dartmouth. We also see Jonah Correa coming back in, as well as starter Miles DeBarros. So 3 guys coming in for Coach Silva. Coming out is Anderson, Fairfax, and Jacob Van Ziel, who just scored that goal. Now a free kick for the Indians from just outside their own box. Trainer just came in with the John Deere, bottom of the screen. Actually off screen, I should say, but on the sideline here. And they are carting Santos, the goalkeeper that came in for Brockton to start the 3rd here. He's being carted off. Trouble for the Indians as Fogarty came out and was on the ground. Got very lucky that Dartmouth didn't give up a goal. I just saw the cleat was off of Santos' foot and it was on ice. So I want to say it was an ankle injury, and that was the limp. It wasn't necessarily a knee. It looked like the ankle injury. There's Furtado. Indirect free kick. Already 10 minutes played here, just about 10 minutes played in this 3rd quarter to start the 2nd half. Want to welcome you back. If you're watching on YouTube on our live stream, we do apologize. YouTube, one of the things that's been a challenge is, so many people reverting to, I mean, we were doing it last year, so it's not necessarily new for us, but with so many people switching to live streaming to do virtual stuff, YouTube is and Google, they've been changing stuff weekly, and sometimes their algorithms are a little funky. So we did get crashed a bit there for a moment, but we welcome you back. We do apologize for the break. Indians did score, unfortunately, during that little blackout. So, we'll show a replay of that goal momentarily. Now that you're back, we'll cue that up on the next stop. And it was a sweet goal, too, from Jacob Van Ziel to put the Indians ahead. That one out of play, and we'll have a goal kick. Coming across the circle, it goes. Stopped by Mendez. Way down into the corner and out of play, and that's where Dartmouth will have it. Big time clearing from the boxers to get it all the way down, and nobody was there, so it just kept rolling. J.P. Kearney will inbound. Back up the sideline it goes. A lot of contact there between Rodrigues and Furtado, fighting for the ball. Going across the field side to side, trying to spread it out a bit. Corey Mello coming in, sticking the foot out to block it from Brandeo, who is ready to try to strike again. That is sent right to him, played off the chest. Can't control it, comes back, and a whistle is sounded. Looks like Brockton's going to have it. Pretty good spot as well. Anytime you're inside the 20, I mean, it's a real good spot to kick from. So Brockton ball. Here, Coach Silva coaching from the sideline here. Set in play. Free kick is on the way, and it is no good from Joseph Vega, number 22. Too high and too far to the right. And once again, Kearney kicking it off. Lofted back from Fernandez all the way back down toward the box. Brandeo giving chase along with Luke Caniff. Some shoulder bumping. That'll draw a whistle. Caniff know it. He knows it. And that was on a foul, so this is a straight-up free kick, and it'll be Vega once again. This one low-lying. Didn't really get much elevation on it. And the Indians cleared it out for a second. Brockton still posing a threat. Pirouetting and going down on his own power on the far side. One of the boxers. Now the Indians push it all the way down the other side of the field. Pretty wild sequence right there. A lot going on in a short amount of time in a small area. Everyone fighting for position. And you know, too, one thing, you know, since Dartmouth scored, Brockton's got a little more physical as well here. It seems like there's a little bit more aggression from the boxers. More subs for the Indians. The Van Zyl brothers coming in as well as Anderson.
On the ground, here, direct, guys. Direct. Take this.
Hooking kick went right towards the middle of the field. Brandeo surging down the sideline. Body check by Mello. They both go tumbling down. It stopped him in his track, but to me, that should be a foul on Mello. And a yellow card. There's our first. It's only a matter of time. And that means he's got to come out as well. So coming in for him is Rainville. Free kick from basically the corner of the box, just inside the 10. On the ground, deflected, and it'll be picked up by Fogarty. Actually pretty uneventful.
David, you gotta stay central.
Rolling all the way out to the side, right along the bench and pretty close to the truck, actually. Just under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter here, and there is a head to the hands. All right, the Indians scored while we were blacked out on YouTube. Again, we apologize for that, but take a look at this sweet goal. This is why Dartmouth is up 1-0. Van Zyl got in front and buried it in the corner, much to the delight of the fans that are lining the sidewalk just outside the gated stadium. And now our second yellow card. J.P. Kearney picking it up. But really, that was a sweet goal from Van Zyl. Got a good feed from the back, played it onside. So that's why we are 1-0 here in the third. That one came about 10 minutes of game time ago. Maybe actually, I think it was around the 5-minute mark of the third. So like with about 15 minutes to play. So it was during, unfortunately, again, that blackout. But we do welcome you back. Thanks for coming back to us. And we do apologize for that break in coverage on the live stream. Of course, if you want to see it in real time, this will be replayed on DCTV. As we're recording as well, backup. So there was no blackout on the record part here, just on the stream. You can blame YouTube. So we're going to get a redo here. And it's going to be Vega trying to send it. And it's off the crossbar of the goalpost for football. And no good. Clock has stopped at the 2 minutes. So this is any stoppage time that we have before we switch sides for the final time for the fourth quarter. Or the second half of the second half, dare I say? That's some alliteration for you.
Charlie, you gotta get back. Charlie, you gotta help. Charlie, get back.
Barros can't get around Van Ziel. Now they send one toward the box. Bounces once. Looks like it might have gone off the foot of Rodriguez before going out of play. It's Dartmouth's ball. Rodriguez is like, where's the call? And there's the elongated whistle. That means we're done with 3. But Dartmouth breaks the ice early in this second half. They have themselves a lead, and they continue to hold it 1-0 Indians after 60 minutes of play. 2-minute break here in between quarters. Again, players will get to distance themselves and demask, get some fresh air, take a water break before we switch sides and play the final 20. So see if the Indians can hold their lead and pick up win number 2 on the season. This would be a big one. Brockton comes in 0-1-1, so they haven't won a game. And it's games, because again, we're kind of in this little bubble, if you will. 6 teams, the 5 Southeast Conference teams plus West Bridgewater, who didn't have a conference because the Mayflower Conference isn't playing, but they decided to play. So they're joining us, West Bridgewater Wildcats, that is. So 6 teams only playing each other, and that's it. So, for Brockton, if they end up losing this one, they go 0-2-1. That's kind of a tough place, and it's kind of rare for Brockton to kind of be in that situation. Coach Furtado did say, been a little bit of a rough start. It is a younger team. They're kind of rebuilding a little bit. He said so, and it's more challenging, too, because they're rebuilding with new rules, of course, too. So you don't have the same rules that you've been playing with your whole life. Then you come into high school, varsity level, high pace, high intensity, and then you're also having to kind of recreate how you coach and how you play the game. So, yeah, absolutely. It's about adapting. We talked about it on Friday. It's going to be about who can adapt the quickest to changing times, changing situations. Games change all the time and you have to adapt. Well, now you have a different aspect of adapting as well. So it's twofold. This it's a lot. And, Brockton, don't worry. I mean, they'll be there at the end of the season, I'm sure. When we get to playoffs, there will be playoffs. I don't want to get too far ahead here, but just in case you're wondering, for those, again, who may not know everything that's going on, but basically there will be playoffs, but it's only going to be these 6 teams. It's going to be basically just a sudden death elimination style bracket with just these 6 teams in this grouping of play. Here's that goal one more time. The lone score of the game as Van Ziel beats DeLuz. We do hope that Zachary Santos, again, who was in the game, just before that, and then had that collision. We do hope he's okay. He was carted off the field. It looked like an ankle injury because they had ice around his foot and the cleat was off. But now there's an ambulance in the town hall parking lot, and he's getting off the John Deere with our trainer. So looks like he's going to end up having to go, I guess, I'm assuming for some x-rays or something. So that's, bad news for Brockton. It does appear, though, that the ambulance is for Santos, the backup goalkeeper or the second goalkeeper, I should say, not necessarily a backup, but the second goalkeeper. Yeah, that's Santos on the stretcher. So they're carting him to the ambulance, and going to have to obviously get more medical attention on his foot. So that's a real tough break. We wish him the best. You never like to see any injuries, especially anything severe enough where they get a call, EMTs. But unfortunately, injuries are part of sports, and sometimes they rear their ugly heads. So we wish Santos the best, and the Boxers, hopefully they'll get some answers on their teammate soon, because I'm sure they're thinking about him too. All right, fourth quarter has begun. Evan Massoud with you on DCTV. Hope you're enjoying the game so far. Been very entertaining. I'd say this has been a little bit more entertaining than Friday's game. I don't know. It seems like there's been a little more action, at least for me, a little more evenly split the action. Brockton's going to have a corner kick here. But again, I think it's indirect, given that Mendez is coming up. Yep, it is indirect. So, and that one trickles out of the box, coming back down. Full steam ahead. Van Ziel pulls up. 1 versus 2. Can he get through? No. Right on the sideline. And it is going to be Dartmouth ball. Caniff will kick it in. Back to DaCosta. Brandeo was right there, but DaCosta clears it. Big time, quick clear. It got all the way across the field, and Van Ziel was there, kind of fighting with Rodrigues for the ball, and now it's cleared back towards mid. A chance now for the Boxers. Oh, a collision. Another rather ugly collision, in fact. Yellow card handed out. And that card is on the sophomore captain, Fernandez. Feliciano Silva coming in to replace him. Free kick for the Indians. Again, from a good spot. Anytime you're inside the 20. Boxers putting up a wall of players. Now, technically, they're not supposed to. Yeah, I see the official coming in. They're not supposed to be within arm's length. That's 6 feet, and they're right on top of each other. So here we go. Chance for the Indians to try to go up 2-0 on the ground, and it is good. Oh, it got by Deluz on the ground. I don't know how he didn't stop it. It wasn't hit all that hard. But nonetheless, the Indians take a 2-0 lead here in the fourth on the free kick. Perfect placement. We'll see this one again. Let's see which way Deluz breaks. Top left of the screen. He broke the right direction. He just didn't fall fast enough. The ball it didn't have too much steam off the foot, really. I mean, it wasn't the hardest hit ball we've seen, but good enough, I guess, right? 2-0 Indians, 17 minutes to play. Another free kick coming for Dartmouth. Towards the net it goes, and it's cleared away. And out of bounds. Another collision. Man, oh man. Barrows for Brockton and Rainville for Dartmouth. Rainville still on the ground. Hooking. And it's going to go all the way to the far sideline and out of play. And now the Indians will get to inbound, but first, coming in, Nicholas Carvalho, substitute for Rainville. Every Brockton player in the vicinity signaling handball, and it appears that that was the case. So now Brockton with the free kick. Got to make something happen soon. Really only one or two good chances, I would say, for Brockton. It hasn't just been, some games you see where it's like, shot on net, shot on net, shot on net, and then you get nothing to show for it. And then, today, for Dartmouth, the free kick and then the goal up front. I mean, but really, you look at it, and I'd say in the field of play, Dartmouth's had maybe 3 solid chances for a goal. And it's weird how sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. I can recall one season covering girls soccer in Fall River, covering Durfee, and it's incredible where they had every game easily 10, maybe 12 shots on net, and that's probably conservative, but I mean, like, legit full on, like, breakaways even, and then they couldn't cash in, and then they lose the game 1-0. I mean, and it was the same thing every game. Now, and then you have a situation today where, the chances have been there, but the real close, like, coulda, woulda, shoulda type goals, there were a few, and that's it. Just a handful between the two teams. But Dartmouth's up 2-0. So, go figure. Every game's different, and it's just kind of how the cards fall sometimes. Sometimes you can do everything right, and you still come out on the short end of the stick. Ball is in play. Furtado comes in to grab it. Taken away by Barrows, who's working his way up the sideline, finds Brandeo, and here we go. Look at the speed from Brandeo, but can he get it stopped? Great centering pass, but cleared out by the Indians. Great job from Dartmouth. Kearney was up there, and then it was cleared out and sent all the way down the sideline. Great save there from Fogarty. Looks like another card was given here as we see Vega out of the game. And our official there taking notes. And this is kind of like what we saw on Friday as well. The card started showing in the fourth, so officials kind of letting stuff go through, 2 to 3 quarters, and then kind of cracking down a bit in the fourth quarter. I'm not quite sure, what constitutes it versus what doesn't constitute getting one, because it's clear that, these players are playing rather physical and very, very similar to what we would see any other time, So not sure exactly what the officials are looking for, but there must be some key factors and things that they're really just focusing on, and that's it, and not necessarily every single strict violation that, or strict rule that has been handed down. And as we go under 10 minutes here in the game, we finally have a field with no shadows, no light. It's actually all shadow, so no difficulty seeing on either side, no advantage from playing on one side or the other. Basically all shadow as the sun is set behind Slocum Road. Lights are on. Well, that's pretty cool. When you get LED lights, you hit the switch and they're just on. There's no warm up. Wow, what a great chance for Brockton. But Brandeo, I don't know if he wasn't ready for it, but he had wide open goal on the left side there. All he had to do was stick the foot out. So we'll call that one a missed opportunity for Brockton, because that should have made it 2-1. I would say that was a great set for Mendez down in the corner. Free kick. Baptiste has Mendez to his right. I would assume he's going to send it towards him. And he does. Mendez kicks it off. Floater. And it goes out of play. And while they set this play, I'll let you know what's up for these teams, what's next on their schedule. All right, next game is Friday. Brockton will be at West Bridgewater. So Brockton's got another road game on Friday the 16th. And Dartmouth will be next door at New Bedford, just down the road. Another free kick. Here we go. As the clock continues to roll here, 6.5 to play. Oh, here we go. A break for the Indians. Oh, and he lost his balance. Mike Van Zyl had nothing but open turf in front of him. And he just lost his footing. That one through the uprights. And I hope the tree stops it from hitting my car. It's rolling right towards my tire and underneath. Get it out. Well, that would have been a cool field goal. That ball had a lot on it, but unfortunately, those uprights are just there for show. And Brandeo got to bring it down a little bit to have it count. Rainville up the sideline to Jake Van Ziel, and Jake is pushed down. A lot of contact there, and I'm surprised that didn't call for a whistle. We've seen whistles for much less today. Very surprising. I mean, Van Ziel fell to his left. The opponent was to his right. It's not like he had someone to lean on. He got pushed the other direction. So an interesting no call there. Good stop from Mello. DaCosta stops it, and now Anderson going after it. Able to get around the defender, and we hear a whistle. Hey, that's a killer right there because, yeah, I know technically, right, we're not supposed to, no contact. To me, that should have been clean, and Anderson is going right around him. But instead, the wind in the sail goes away with the whistle, and then play gets stopped, and you got to kick it from the spot of the infraction, the violation. I would have been nice to see that play continue on toward the box. Time running out for the Boxers. Just over 3 minutes to play, and Dartmouth's doing a good job of keep away. Ooh, Anderson might have taken an elbow to the face. See, he got basically like flatlined. He went backwards and down. And a yellow card, and that'll most likely be the day for Feliciano Silva, who came in to replace one of his teammates who had also gotten a card. Towards the net, off the uprights, and no good. Let's take a look at that yellow card and see what happened to a little contact from Silva right there. I was gonna say there was might have sold, no offense, but might have sold it a little bit too. I'm not saying this is, Montreal Canadiens, no, but I'm just saying that, the elbow looked, at least on the close-up replay, the elbow didn't look as close to the face as I thought it was in real time, but nonetheless. And here we are, 2 minutes. Clock has stopped, and the Indians look to just kind of run it out here. They try to pick up win number 2 of the season, looking pretty good. This would be a big win against Brockton, that's for sure. Young team or not, Brockton always comes tough to play. Oh, here we go, a chance. Oh, Deluz able to make the stop. Anderson had a chance. That one back out of play as well. Fairfax will inbound. Gets it to Carvalho. That one coming towards the bench and the bleachers. And that's the game. The Indians win it with 2 second-half goals and grab their second victory of 2020. They're 2-0-1. Brockton picks up loss number 2. 0-2-1 is the Boxers' record with this one going final. Big win for the home team. So 2 wins, no losses, and a tie. Not too bad after 3 games, especially when you consider that Dartmouth is the lowest division team in this Southeast Conference. Again, not counting West Bridgewater because they're an add-on this year. But when you go strictly on divisions and stuff, Dartmouth is the only D2 team. So they just came in and they took care of Brockton with the shutout. 2-0, the final score. Great game this afternoon. Really fun game to watch. Again, a lot of, I'd say a lot more physicality than I would have expected to see, but it does make for a good viewing experience, that's for sure. And very entertaining ball game. So we hope that you enjoyed it as well. If you want to see a replay of it, of course, it'll be running on DCTV this week. For our great crew behind the scenes, thanks for tuning in for more high school sports coverage. Enjoy the middle part of the season. I'll be seeing you towards the end of it for another match. I believe I'm on tap for girls soccer towards the end of the month. So until next time, Evan Massud saying so long from Dartmouth Memorial Stadium.